Hey guys, so I'm back again. Um, this week's been interesting. So I've still been exercising. I'm using the same one, but I don't know how much of the results I have. Um, and a lot of that is due, I think, to all the stuff they feed me at work. I started taking pictures of all the stuff that my employees um, are bringing me and offering me, and that I am graciously taking and eating. And I was quite surprised. So at the end, I didn't take a picture of all of them, but a lot of them, and I'll kind of show you what I've been eating this week at work. Um, but I am still trying. I'm not giving up. Just because I'm not super great at this doesn't mean I'm going to stop trying. I'm going to definitely have this summer beach bod. But I'm going to try. I want to be confident and feel good when I go to the lake or the beach or whatever, or no matter what I'm wearing. So anyways, those are my goals as far as fitness. I wake up every morning, have my cup of coffee, and then I do a 20 to 30 minute workout. If I feel like I can do more than what they're doing, I do. If I have to do a little less, I do. But I like it too. I think it also helps me get stress out and kind of wake up and get going for the day. So the only problem I'm having is like I feel like I don't quite have enough time for everything I need to do. Like I need a new eyelash appointment. I don't have enough lashes. I don't have a ton of time for homework. I'm on week 13. There's 14 weeks of the semester, so we're almost done with school, but morning times when I do my schoolwork. Easter's coming up this weekend, and I have a little more Easter shopping to do, and so like having time to go do that. And then on Fridays, I've been going and donating plasma since I had COVID back in December. They pay me $100 every time I donate, which I'd like to go a couple times a week and donate, but I just don't have the time. So I try and get my homework done by Thursday, and then Friday, go donate plasma, stop at a couple of, what do they call them? Oh, like Goodwills or DIs or whatever, and see if they have any end tables or whatever. Me and my son kind of like painting them or whatever, and selling them. It's kind of a fun hobby that we do. So yeah, super short on time, and so I'm just trying to work that out, but we're getting there. Whatever. What was it? Oh, so I got my mail last night when I got off of work, and I usually don't have very much mail. Pretty much the only thing that I get is a bill for my internet. Everything else, all our other bills go to our house in Utah. So this time when I got the mail, I had something from the internet company, and there was something from Washoe County. I was like, that's weird. That's probably not even for me, but it was like, it's from Animal Services, and I was like, I do have a dog here sometimes, so I'll open it. So I get into my apartment and I look at it, and it says notification of a noise complaint. I got a noise complaint. Okay, so last week I was telling you how I brought Sammy down here, my 14-year-old snorty dog that I was like, okay, I shouldn't have brought him because not only do I have ADD, but anxiety, and when he's constantly snorting and I'm trying to do schoolwork or sleep or whatever I'm trying to do, driving me crazy. So anyways, this noise complaint is from when he was here, which is crazy because he snorts a lot, but I didn't know he was loud. And I don't remember him ever really barking a whole lot at home, but it says, where did it say? Said something about him barking on the deck. And it's like, if he knows how to get on the deck, why was he going potty out there? Why was he going potty in my house? So, yeah, it's, where does it say? I don't know. But anyways, I just thought, one more reason Sammy is not coming back here. Sammy will stay home. I've got this, I don't know, Mo's 6 months maybe? And she doesn't do that. She's really good. I feel bad for her because she's got a lot of energy and wants to play, but next week it'll be nice because I'll have the kids here. They're gonna come home with me on Sunday and stay the whole week. And Travis will come down, I think, Thursday. And so then he'll take them home. Not only will it be nice to see my family for a longer period of time, but I don't have to make the 16-hour drive next weekend, so that will be awesome. So when I drive back and forth, I listen to these podcasts. This latest one of my drivers turned me on to was called, I think it was Red Pilled America. I love it. So it's a storytelling podcast, and they're true stories, and it really puts things into perspective and makes you understand all the craziness that's going on in the world today, and it puts it to light by telling real true stories. Part of the whole mess of destroying old statues and things that people are calling racist or whatever is that you learn about history so you don't repeat it. And so by erasing, the things that we've overcome, our kids aren't going to be able to learn from it. So anyways, it tells all these cool stories, and it really helps you understand. So I would definitely recommend checking it out. It's awesome. There was another one I listened to. I can't remember what it was called, but it's more of like a scientific one, which I didn't know how interested I'd be, but it was awesome. So it tells a story about Sweden. So the Swedes, because I'm Swede, I kind of thought it was interesting. My grandparents are fresh off the boat. And so my dad is full Swede. My mom's like French and some other crap. And so I'm a half-breed, whatever. But my grandparents are full Swedish, so pretty cool. So anyways, these people are in Sweden, and one day this huge submarine washes up onto the shore. And the Swedes are like, what the heck? We're being invaded. That means that our armed forces and things, they're not doing what they're supposed to. We really need to pump things up. Well, first they decide, we've got to figure out who the heck's in here and what do they want. So I think it was there for a couple days, whatever, for a while. And eventually they knock or something on it. And they're like, hello, anybody in there? Come out, can we come in? And they say no. And so they don't go in, but they're like, why are you here? And they tell them that they got disoriented or something underneath, something malfunctioned in their navigation, and they ended up there, and they were kind of like high-centered and couldn't move. So they weren't trying to be there, but they were there. And so for both of them, it was like a bad situation. And I'm thinking it was the French. I can't remember for sure. That's why I'm so great at telling stories, because I can remember all the little details now. I just kind of get the gist of it. But anyways, so the Swedish people help them push their submarine. So it's not high-centered anymore, and off they go. Away. Cool. So now they're like, okay, we need to use our sonar or whatever so that we can tell if somebody is invading us, or that, if there's submarines coming in, because we don't really know if we believe them or not. If they, were coming to spy on us or whatever they were doing, or if somebody's going to invade us, we want to be able to know. So they put their equipment in the water, and it's listening for sound, and they keep hearing the sound, and they're getting all, okay, it's coming, it's the submarines, and it's that sound. So every time they hear this sound, which happens probably once a week or so, maybe a couple times a week, and so then they bring in their airplanes and start bombing where they think it's coming from, and then they wait. They're like, yeah, there should be like pieces of their submarine coming up, you know, fool me once, but if you come back and try and sneak on us again, we're gonna bomb you. So they keep bombing and bombing, and nothing ever comes up. You know, they're like, we have to have hit them. You know, there should at least be a piece of the ship coming to the surface. Nothing, you know. The scientists, they're like, hey, you know, let us hear the sound. They're, no, you know, special forces or whatever they have are like, no, only we can hear this, you know, and we're trained in all of this. And this went on for a long time, and I can't remember if it was like a year or 2 years or 5 years, but it was a long time. And finally they're like, I don't know, let's go to the scientists and ask them what they think of this sound. So they play this sound for them, and the scientists are kind of expecting to hear something like you hear in the movies, bloop, bloop, you know, kind of that sound that you hear. Well, what they hear is something that sounds more like Donald Duck having a conversation from a distance. Whatever. I don't even know if that's what the sound was like, but that's how they describe the sound, right? So they're like thrown off, and they're like, and they were kind of thinking like it was like, almost sounded like bubbles leaking from an air hose or something. And so they try and, they're like, okay. And they don't tell them exactly what they think, but they're like, okay, we'll investigate this, you know? And they decide that it doesn't sound like a submarine to them, and that's not what they think it is. So they test a few theories. One was a fish that basically they breathe and they put out bubbles through their butt. They're not farting, but it's, I guess, part of their breathing system. Not all the fish do this, but some of them do. And so they get one and they test it, and it wasn't quite the right sound. Well, then they find out that these fishermen are throwing these big nets off and catching these huge groups of fish, and it's putting off this big vibration when they do. Well, turns out it's because of the way that they breathe and the bubbles come out of their butt. So they take their sonar equipment or whatever out there and listen, and it's that sound. So these Swedes think that they're being invaded all this time by these submarines and are freaking out and bombing these fish that are basically farting. They've been freaking out over this farting fish. So I thought it was super interesting, and it caught my attention because when I'm listening to these podcasts, you know, I'll listen to a couple murder ones, and then, you know, I start to get sleepy, and, you know, but if I can find something that catches my attention and that's interesting, then it, you know, keeps me awake and keeps me going for my drives. So I thought I'd share that with you because I thought it was funny as well. And being that I have a Swedish background, you know, you might understand a little more why I am the way I am. So anyways, so in news for Utah, or at least I thought I heard that at the beginning of April that we were going to basically take off some of the, or we weren't going to be on lockdown anymore per se, kind of go back to normal-ish. So that was super exciting. You know, I know that we're a little less hardcore in Utah than other places. I know that because I live in Reno during the week, and they are definitely more hardcore than we are in Utah. But what I found out is that my little 7-year-old told me that even though they're lifting the mandate or whatever in Utah at the beginning of April, they're still going to make the children wear their mask to school, which I don't agree with. I wish that they wouldn't. I wish that they would let it be a choice, because, you know, that's what freedom is for. And, you know, half the argument is my body, my choice. So, you know, you can choose to kill your baby, but you can't choose whether or not to wear a mask. Anyways, so I think that's kind of frustrating. Let me know what you think. If I'm hearing right or if I'm not, what that's kind of all about there. So the other thing is my daughter has autism, and so I'm trying to help her with some different books. Her biggest thing is social cues. She's very high functioning on the autism spectrum, so a lot of people may not even know. They just think that she's shy. So anyways, you want to do whatever you can to help your kids. So we've got this book that we're going through and trying to figure out different social cues. So one of the activities that we have that we're trying to do is people watching. So a lot of people like to do it. I like to do it, if I'm like eating my lunch in my car or whatever, and I'm sitting and I see people around me, I, kind of guess what they're doing, or, if they're arguing, what are they arguing about? And so I told my daughter, I was like, hey, while you're at school, do some people watching and kind of try and imagine or guess what they're talking about. If somebody's sad or if somebody's happy, why? Because part of the whole disorder of social cues is not understanding how other people are feeling and being able to react to that. So anyways, I'm working out yesterday morning, I think it was. Yeah, it was yesterday morning. And I hear this loud noise and I'm like, what the crap is that? And then a few minutes later, I hear another huge loud noise. What is going on? I look out and there's a pile of crap on the floor. Like I'm on the third floor. And these people, like a few apartments over, are just throwing all this stuff off the balcony. And so I decided I'm going to watch for a minute, and I look over across, and the apartment building over there's another guy out there watching, like, what the hell is going on? And there's like bags of clothes being thrown off, and there's I don't know, just like I don't know if it's like a fold-up table or what, I don't know, just junk being thrown off this balcony. I'm like, ooh, my thought is that somebody cheated or somebody's mad and they are getting kicked out and their shit's just getting thrown off the balcony. This is me, people watching and reading and seeing what I think, and like, oof. So I'm like, okay, whatever, enough. I'm gonna go back and finish my workout. Then I'm gonna clean up my doggy's doo-doo off the porch, because we've got, like I told you before, we've got like a giant kitty litter box. So I'm gonna clean this out. We're gonna walk down, hopefully not get hit in the head with any of the neighbor's junk while going to throw away the feces. So anyways, I do that, heading down, I take Mo with me, and I look up, and there's the male and female, very much happy, tossing stuff off, I think because they're moving. And we're on the third floor, and our elevator's broken. It's been broken since probably the first month I've lived here. So it's been probably broken like for 5 or 6 months. And they haven't fixed it. So I've seen some crazy stuff. Sorry, pardon my mouth. There's some people that have made a pulley system for their groceries. And one person will get up at the top and the other one's at the bottom. And they put it on like this like rope thing, and they like pull it up to the third floor. Well, these kids are moving, and anything that's not going to break or that they don't want anymore, they are throwing off the balcony, so they don't have to walk it up and down these stairs, which, okay, cool. But it just goes to show you that, you can misread social cues, or how easy it is to misread social cues. But if you have practice like I do, you can figure it out. Be like, oh, they don't hate each other. They just are moving out. So anyways, that was kind of funny. What was I gonna tell you guys? So as I drive back and forth, there's all sorts of animals that I see. I'll see coyotes running across the road. I'll see rabbits. I'll see mice. I told you that there's been a few times that I've almost hit cows. They don't want to get out of the road. They're just, and it's almost like the closer you get, the more they feel like walking. Like they'll almost wait and then like hear, oh, there's somebody coming, and then they'll just start walking across the road, which, whatever. Super annoying, because then I have to slam on my brakes and stop and wait for them to cross. And then there was the baby that actually had to help cross the road. So anyways, there was that. And then a couple weeks ago, I saw for the first time a goat or a sheep or whatever. I always see the signs like beware, sheep crossing or goat crossing. I'm not sure which it's supposed to be. This one had horns, and I never see them. And I've always, like, when I'm not driving, or even when I am, I try and look on the mountains to find them. Like, even in, like, the gorge going to Mesquite, it has signs like that, and I've never seen any. So anyways, I almost hit one. It was just there, right in the road, just standing there. Like, wow, interesting. So anyways, then last week when I was coming home, there's this, I'm going to hurry and trying to get home, and this guy is like sticking his hand out the window telling me to slow down, and I'm like, I'm speeding, but whatever, I'll slow down. I'll have respect for whomever, and he has this big ass camper, and I start to slow down, and I see this dog in the road, and it's all got his like harness on and everything, running around in the road, being an idiot. But if I wouldn't have listened to this guy that told me to slow down, I would hit this dog, and I would have felt super bad. So I don't know if he owned the dog or one of the other cars that was around there owned the dog, but it could have been super sucky, to have somebody watch their dog get hit by a car or whatever. And it just reminded me that, like, hey, if someone says slow down, slow down. Don't be like all offended and be like, you can't tell me what to do, because, maybe they're just trying to help you. And, even if it wasn't a dog, what if it was a kid? Like, that would have been horrible. So, be safe out there. Stay tuned for the video afterwards. The little slideshow anyways, and see all the crazy crap from this week. I'll see you again next week. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.